How's it going, YouTube? Hope you're all doing very well. Welcome to another custom tactics video. Today, we are walking you through the 4-3-1-2, a tactic that I haven't actually used really on FC24. We thought we'd give it a go this weekend just gone. We finished 16-3 in champs with it. It was a nice formation, and kind of the setup that we have with it was very crucial. All right, so we're going to walk you through the setup. I'm going to show you some clips after the tactics as well, so if you want to stick around to actually see how it plays in game, we will do that for you. If you're just here for the tactics, then we're going to give you that straight away. All right, so I start in the 4-4-2. I use obviously game plans to go into the 4-3-1-2 on my defensive tactic, and then this is the setup that we run. I'll talk to you about old gen as well. Defensive style, we go balance. We talk about this every single tactic video, that when you are starting the game, there is absolutely no need to be on any of these. No need whatsoever. Balance gives you the best of everything. It allows you to press manually. It allows you to put numbers behind the ball. You just get the best of everything, right? If you're losing, say 3-1 in the 60th minute, and you want to move to say press on possession loss or press on heavy touch, you can do. But you'd almost want to change formation if you're like chasing the games, like a 4-2-4, constant pressure and so on. So there's no real need to ever kind of change this. Our defensive width, we go 44. I always like to just make it a little bit more compact in the middle, just so it's not as easy for them to look for through balls in between my centre-backs and full-backs. Yes, it does give you a little bit more space out on the outside, but that's where yourself or your full-backs, you have to be very good in that stand-up department. And the byline drive is still strong. I don't find people are going for it as much, so you do need to be careful of it, but keep it into account. Now, depth. On new gen, I'm running 53 right now. If you're on old gen, we say this every time, you can run anywhere from 40 to 45 because old gen's more open, right? It's a much more free-flowing game. On new gen, because of hypermotion, what you have at 46 depth and above is an automatic AI press. And if you run 71 depth and above, you also then get that auto offside trap. You don't get that on old gen. So just take that into account as well. Now, having that little bit of higher depth will just slightly mean that when you lose the ball and the opponent's transition into midfield, your defensive line will keep their line a little bit higher. Not a massive amount, but it also means that we're not just going to be sat on, the goalkeeper, basically. A thing to take into account is that if the opponent's running direct passing, what will happen is your centre-backs will basically just get pushed back, making the gap between your midfield and defence much bigger. You then need to pull your centre-mids back to reduce that gap, to not give them the opportunity to look for step-overs, travellas, finesse shots, all that jazz, which we'll talk about when we get into the how to play it kind of in-game as well. Build-up play and go balance and direct passing. If this is your first time coming into my tactics videos, this is pretty much what I've ran the majority of the times. Why again? Build-up play. When I win the ball and I've got it on the edge of my 18-yard box and I'm transitioning forward into midfield, I don't want to be slow. I don't want to be fast. I want to be neutral. I want a bit of everything. If I want to slow it down, I can. If I want to trigger runners and be quick, I can. I don't want to go for a long ball, because although we do play a little bit of yeet ball in this setup, I don't want to encourage my strikers to be running in behind all the time, okay? So that's where we have that build-up play. Now, chance creation is direct passing, and this means as we move into the opponent's half, what do I want my forwards to do? How do I want them to operate? Direct passing is going to push my two strikers back further, giving me room for the centre attacking mid to just have, 2 to 3 yards to kind of operate in as they please. We also do something with this setup which allows the runners from the midfield to go past the strikers and almost use them extra as well. For our attacking width, we go 40. Our width in this formation is going to come from the fullbacks. Everyone else, I want in the middle really close to one another. I want it to be a 4-yard pass, a 5-yard pass at most. The only far pass that I'm going to be playing is, say, from the centre mid to the striker in behind for a through ball, or from the centre mid or the striker to the fullbacks. That's the only big passes we're going to play, I don't want my centre mid to be looking so far away out from my strikers that they're running into the channels, into the wing. I want them all to be very, very neutral. 5 players in box. The reason why I go 5 is because I want to make sure my strikers are there. We do something with the instruction on the cam to stop them from going in the box, but then I don't mind my right centre mid and left centre mid getting in the box as well, which I'll touch on in the instructions. 1 corners and 1 free kicks. This is personal preference here. You can kind of go as you please. For our instructions, I am playing, I call it Brexit ball, really. I love a big man. I've always loved a big man for the last, 2 years really on the game. I've started to use them in a way where we can play for knockdowns, we can play for crosses, headers, all that sort of stuff. So I like having a big man. The combo for most of you is going to be run a big man and a small man. So someone that's quick and strong and someone that's quick and a little bit more nimble. That's a fine setup. I just like both of them because that's what works for me. So both of our strikers are on stay central and stay forward. What I'm going to look for with my Van Dijk and Disasi, if I'm being pressed, is an L1 square, LBX on Xbox, to go into Xerxes, and then he will knock it back down to Politano or these on runners, basically. Stay central and stay forward because I want them to be there available kind of on that counter should I wish to. Now, the centre attacking mid, stay forward, stay on edge of the box for cross and free roam. This player has the freedom to run through past Xerxes and Okafor, to run round them, to hold, to do as they please. But I want them on the edge of the box across. I do not want them getting inside the 18-yard box because I want it to be filled with the players that I want in there. And that is Xerxes, Okafor, Loftus-Cheek, and then sometimes Karachuy as well. The left centre mid and right centre mid, ideally, high attacking work rates, high defensive work rates if you can. We want them up and down. We want them doing their own sort of thing. Leave them on cover wing because we are having the left back on join the attack and overlap. Karachuy will naturally fill over to cover wing if Udogi's out of position. And then as he gets back, they'll transition back into their normal setup. Your centre defensive mid, ideally, if you can, medium attacking work rates, high defensive work rates, stay back while attacking and cover centre. This is your player that is just going to be sat there ready to break up the counter at all times. Now, originally, I did have this fullback on balanced attack to give me the width out on the right hand side as well, but what I found is it was just a little bit too aggressive. I was leaving, Van Dijk and Disasi completely isolated, so I moved them to stay back while attacking. Doesn't mean that I don't attack down the right hand side, I still do. I just manually carry the ball forward with cars up and I manually trigger those runs to get them going. All right, so those are the player instructions that we run. Now let's go in to show you exactly what we're looking for in game when playing. Trying to get on skip, pull him back a little bit. Lovely, Udogi, well done. Well in, Loftus-Cheek. Good running back. I really struggle against Cafu. It's a goal. Yes! Oh, close. Lucky. Give it. I don't know. I think as well from EA's point of view, if they did... Oh, what a leap. That is a pick out, It's such a crazy ball. Good run as well. I made a big mistake. I should be able to recover though, thankfully. Yeah, well done. Good tracking. Good hold up play. That's a great ball as well, Not down. Ooh. Good tackle, skip. Well done. Go out with that L1 square, knock it down. Beautiful. Udogi. Havertz might win this. Yes, he does. Crazy. Over the top, Al. Sometimes I'm just so set in. Oh, I must play this on the ground. Good flick on. Yes. Unlucky. He's insane. Like him, do you? Yes. Great goal. He's out of position. Van Dijk comes over. Yes. I missed it. Inconsistent, really. That's a great ball, That is a great ball. Woo. Goal. I'll do. Come on. Yes. Good composure. Knock it down. Good football. That's beautiful and lucky. Well in. What goal.